Every time you call me and tell me we should meet
If you
tomorrow.
grew up in 1964, you probably remember turning on your AM radio each morning without knowing which song would come on next.
We'll ride on out of the town to any place I know you like. My Cobra out of the track. It's to the back of my...
Some songs were only popular for a few months, yet they stayed with people for a lifetime. They played on glowing jukeboxes in neighborhood diners, drifted from car windows on warm summer afternoons, and became the soundtrack to countless memories for an entire generation.
Darling, if you love me, I beg you wait a little longer.
The interesting part is that many of the artists behind those unforgettable hits never reached the same height again. Today, let's travel back to 1964 and revisit 10 one-hit wonders that can bring your youth rushing back with just the first few notes. Number 10, Last Kiss by J. Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers. Some songs make people smile and sing along, but Last Kiss was different. Every time it came on, it felt as though America slowed down for a moment. The story of a young man losing the love of his life in a tragic car accident was so heartbreaking that many listeners believed it had really happened. Radio stations played the song almost every day, helping it climb to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Everyone believed J. Frank Wilson had many more hits ahead of him, but life took a different turn, and he never repeated that success.
So I can see my baby when I leave this world.
Even after more than 60 years, Last Kiss still leaves listeners with a lump in their throat. The next song, however, became famous because of a story that's even harder to believe.
I'm gonna wake you up early 'cause I'm gonna take a ride with you.
Number 9, Little Honda by the Hondells.
It's alright, second gear, a lean right.
In 1964, America was falling in love with compact Honda motorcycles. Right at that moment, Little Honda arrived as if it had been made for summer. The surprising part is that the Hondells were hardly a real band at all. They were simply a group of studio musicians brought together to record the song. No one expected a made-up band to score a top 10 Billboard hit and become part of California's surfing culture.
We'll ride on out of the town to any place I know you like.
Before long, the name the Hondells quietly faded away. But every time Little Honda plays, people remember the ocean breeze, the open highways, and the freedom of youth. If this song smells like the beach, the next one brings back memories of one of life's happiest days.
White on white, lace on
Number 8, White on White by Danny Williams.
my little angels, getting married today.
Without roaring guitars or pounding drums, White on White still managed to touch millions of hearts. The song tells the story of a bride walking down the aisle in her white wedding dress. Simple, yet filled with emotion.
Here she comes in her wedding gown.
That sincerity helped Danny Williams reach the Billboard Top 10, and the song became a favorite at weddings for years afterward. Everyone thought he would go much further.
White on white, lace on satin.
Instead, his later records quietly came and went, leaving White on White as the song people would always remember. Even today, whenever those opening notes begin, many listeners are taken back to the day they said, "I do." But after this gentle love song came a hit that had America convinced Elvis Presley was the one singing. If these songs are taking you back to some of the happiest years of your life, we'd truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing back the songs that became the soundtrack of an entire generation.
Every time you call me and tell me we should meet tomorrow.
Number 7, Suspicion by Terry Stafford.
Suspicion.
Torments my heart.
In 1964, countless listeners turned toward their radios and asked, "Is that Elvis?" Terry Stafford's voice sounded so much like Elvis Presley that even experienced DJs were fooled.
Maybe I'm suspicious 'cause true love is so hard to find.
That curiosity helped suspicion spread across America, and climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Ironically, it also left Stafford living forever in the king's shadow. People remembered the song, but many never remembered the man who actually sang it. After that hit, he never returned to the top of the charts. But if Suspicion became famous because it was mistaken for Elvis, the next song proved that sometimes a bold recording idea is even more powerful than a famous voice.
Have I the right to kiss you? You know I
Number 6. Have I the Right by the Honeycombs.
have I the right to touch you if I could.
Rock and roll had no shortage of powerful guitar riffs. But Have I the Right became unforgettable because of the sound of feet stomping on the floor. The producer had the band stomp on a wooden staircase to create a unique rhythm.
I just can't bear it. I got to love.
That simple idea helped the song stand out among hundreds of hits in 1964. It quickly reached number 1 in the UK and broke into the Billboard Top 5 in America. Everyone believed the Honeycombs were headed for an even bigger career.
The right to kiss you. You know I'll always miss you.
Instead, that moment of glory came only once. Even so, whenever the song plays, listeners still remember the energy that no other record could quite match. But if this hit was built on an unusual recording technique, the story behind the next one is even more surprising. Number 5. Hey Little Cobra by the Chords. The 1960s were America's age of speed. Muscle cars, street races, and hot rods were everywhere. Hey Little Cobra captured that spirit with its exciting, high-energy sound. The surprising part is that the musicians credited as the Chords were not actually the lead singers on the famous recording. Most of the vocals came from well-known studio singers, while the band simply appeared on the record sleeve. Even so, the song raced into the Billboard Top 5. It became one of the most memorable car songs of 1964. Before long, the Chords faded into history, but Hey Little Cobra still takes listeners back to those sun-filled American highways. The next song, however, touches the heart in a completely different way.
We'll sing in the sunshine.
Number 4. We'll Sing in the Sunshine by Gale Garnett.
I will never love you. The cost
Not every
of
love song ends with the words, and they lived happily ever after. We'll Sing in the Sunshine tells a very different story. Two people fall in love knowing that one day they must part, so they choose to enjoy every moment they have together.
I'll soon be out of sight, but we can sing in the
Perhaps that
sunshine.
honesty is why millions of Americans connected with it. With Gale Garnett's warm, gentle voice, the song climbed into the Billboard Top 5 and became one of 1964's most memorable folk pop hits.
I'll never love you. I'll stay with
Although she never
you.
scored another major hit, this song has remained a reminder that loving someone doesn't always mean holding on forever. But if this song leaves listeners smiling through tears, the next one sparked controversy from the moment it was released.
I was born in a barn.
Number 3. Tobacco Road by the Nashville Teens.
The only life I've ever
When
known.
Tobacco Road first appeared, many people were surprised. The song tells the story of growing up poor in the American South, yet it was performed by the Nashville Teens, a band from England.
Say somebody get rich and old. Bring it back.
Some
to
listeners argued that they
tobacco.
couldn't possibly understand the life they were singing about. Even so, the group's raw, powerful performance turned Tobacco Road into the biggest American hit of their career.
But I lost it. 'Cause you're
They continued performing for many years afterward, but they never escaped the shadow of that one song. Even today, whenever Tobacco Road plays, listeners can still feel the power of a story told with genuine emotion, no matter where the storyteller came from. But if this song stirred debate, the next one brings us back to the sweetest days of youth.
Popsicles, icicles.
Number 2. Popsicles and Icicles by the Murmaids.
These are a few of the things things he loves.
Some songs instantly smell like summer. Popsicles and Icicles by the Murmaids has exactly that feeling. Its bright melody, sparkling harmonies, and youthful vocals made it a favorite on American radio.
If you put them all together.
The song stayed popular from the winter of 1963 well into 1964, earning the group a place in the Billboard Top 5. Everyone believed the three young singers had many more successes ahead of them.
If you put them all together.
Instead, that magical moment came only once. Even today, the song brings back memories of first dates, cold sodas, and summers that seemed as though they would never end. And after all these unforgettable melodies, the #1 song belongs to a story even more surprising than any other on today's list. Number 1. Romeo and Juliet by the Reflections. Early in 1964, the Reflections walked onto the stage of Harlem's Apollo Theater with more than a few nerves. Based on their name and their rich doo-wop harmonies, many people in the audience assumed they were a black vocal group. But when 5 white young men stepped onto the stage, the room fell silent for a few seconds. Then something remarkable happened. Only moments after Romeo and Juliet began, surprise turned into thunderous applause. The song eventually reached the Billboard Top 10, becoming the biggest hit of the group's career. Yet they never found that kind of success again. Even so, Romeo and Juliet remains proof that great music can erase expectations and leave behind nothing but unforgettable melodies. Those were 10 unforgettable one-hit wonders from 1964. Every song tells a different story. One brought America to tears. Another came from a band that barely existed. One had listeners convinced Elvis was singing, while another broke down expectations in just a few minutes of music.
I was born in a barn.
These artists may have reached the top only once, but sometimes one hit is all it takes to become part of a generation's memories forever. And perhaps that's the true meaning of being a one-hit wonder. Which of today's songs brings back the strongest memories for you? Let us know in the comments, and if you love the music that helped shape America's golden years, be sure to join us for more journeys back in time.